again. Hopefully there's people out there watching this. So today's Kahoot's going to be on space, Earth and space. So pin numbers just coming up now. Give you guys 5-ish minutes to join, and I'll be back then. Okay then guys, we will make a start then. Only 16 of us today, but that's alright, it's holidays I guess. Okay, so Earth and space, all these questions based roughly on sort of generalish knowledge around Earth and space. Okay, question 1, what causes day and night then? Yeah, well done. Rotation of the Earth. Well done to those 12 people. Let's see who's top of our leaderboard to begin with. Well done, Sexy Fridge. And Lily Mister. Well done, guys. Top 2 at the minute. Okay, moving on. Question 2 then. So we've got a puzzle for this one. Order these 4 planets in distance from the Sun. Well done, 73% of you. Yeah, correct order is here. Goes Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune out of the ones that we've got. Okay, on to our next question. Let's just check the score. Well done, Sexy Fridge still top of the pile, and Tupac now in second. Alright, so our next question. True or false? The tilt of the Earth gives us the seasons. True or false? Yeah, well done. Yeah, true. Tilt the Earth. Depend which hemisphere we're in, whether you're tilted towards or away, gives you the seasons. So yeah, it's still on top. Sexy Fridge, Sturdy Bison, 34 up to second. That obviously means that you tried to put in a name that wasn't allowed, so they've given you one. Alright, again, another puzzle type question. So put these objects in order of size, starting with the smallest. Yeah, well done. 80% of you got that right. Got the right order as written down below. So Moon, Jupiter, the Sun, the Milky Way. As we have a moon, a planet, a star, a galaxy. That's the order they need to go in. Okay, what's that done to our order? Sexy Fridge still top of the pile, and Sturdy Bison 34 still second. Excellent, guys. Right, let's keep going then. Alright, a planet's day is defined by which one of these following ones? Alright, yeah, well done. So it's the time it takes a planet to complete one rotation on its axis. Obviously 24 hours is how long an Earth day is, but that's not for every planet. Okay, right, on to our next question. Let's see what we've done with our score. So Sexy Fridge still top of the pile, Sturdy Bison still second, but closing. And Parry up to third due to their streak. Alright, next question then. Again, another puzzle. Alright, so put these objects in order for a solar eclipse. So what order do these objects need to be in for a solar eclipse to happen? Okay, so a bit more of a split on this. So yeah, the correct order for a solar eclipse, first thing must be the sun, then the moon comes in the middle, then the earth, and as I only wanted 3, this one hopefully everyone read it, because that should have gone on the end. Alright, let's see what that's done to our scores. Well done, Elaine Smith, now up to second. Sexy Fridge is still top of the pile. Okay, which one of these best describes a year? So we're looking for the definition of a year now.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, yeah, so a year is the time it takes a planet to complete one orbit of its star, whatever star it's orbiting. Okay, so next, let's see what else that done. So well done, Elaine Smith, now top, and Chris Brown in second. Well done, guys. Alright, so which abbreviation best describes a lunar eclipse? So again, looking for the order of the objects in a lunar eclipse. Yeah, so for our lunar eclipse, it should be Sun, Earth, Moon. So it's the Earth shadow on the Moon that creates a lunar eclipse. So well done to those 6 people. Let's look what's done to our score. Chris Brown's now top of the pile. R. Kelly's now in 3rd, but scores at the top still quite tight, so that's good to see. All right, on we go. Question 9. Which planet's day is longer than its year? Yeah, so Venus actually takes longer to spin once on its axis than it does to go around the sun. So yeah, its days are longer than its years. Okay, what's that done to our score? So Chris Brown still on the top, then Elaine Smith, then Sexy Fridge back up to 3rd, along with Sturdy Bison and Parry. Well done, guys. All right, question 10. Which space program landed men on the moon? Yeah, well done. I'm guessing everyone got that right because it's the only one they know of. But in terms of what they were, so Gemini was America's second manned missions, where they put 2 astronauts up in space. This is where they learned things like docking, doing spacewalks, loads of things like that. Vostok was the first Russian USSR as they were at the time, so that's Yuri Gagarin, that's their first manned mission, and then Soyuz is what Vostok eventually became. There was one in between called Vostok, but Soyuz is still going today. In fact, Soyuz is our only way at the minute of getting people into space that's functional. So it's been going now, I think, since the mid-70s. So there we are, a really robust thing. But yeah, Apollo, the right answer, named after the god of the moon. There we are. Right, what's that done to our scores? So that was all about the speed you got it down. So yeah, well done, Elaine Smith. Now top of the pile there. Okay, right. Which month is named after? Oh, sorry, a month is named after what object in space? Okay, so here we go. Yeah, the month, a month. So yeah, well done to those 2 people. That's Jupiter, that picture. It's not named after Jupiter. That's the Hubble Space Telescope, named after Edwin Hubble. Jupiter gets its name because it's the king of the Roman gods. It's the biggest planet, and that's a picture of our Milky Way. Obviously not a proper picture, an artist image, because we don't have any real images of the Milky Way. Okay, what's that done to our scores? Nothing. Scores stay the same. The two people obviously were not in the top 5 who got that right. Well done to the people who got that right then. Okay, on to our quiz. Which planet is named after the Roman god of war? Yeah, well done. 7 people who got that right. Mars. Yeah, Mars, the Roman god of war. Just because it's quite a red planet, I guess. That's why they named it there. I've already said about Jupiter. Mercury is the messenger god. And Neptune is the god of the seas. So what's that done to our scores? Well done to Chris Brown. Well done to Sexy Fridge. Elaine Smith's dropped down to 3rd now. Okay, right. Question 13 of 20. True or false? Russia, or the USSR as it was at the time, put a woman in space before the USA. And there's a picture of her there on the screen for you. Yeah, well done. 10 people got that right. So yeah, this picture here, this is Valentina, and I'm not going to pronounce her surname. Yeah, she was the first woman in space on one of the Vostok missions. Quite early on, the Russians put a woman in space. The USA, it took them until the space shuttle to actually put any females in space. Don't know why. Just they're thinking in America compared to Russia. Okay, so what's that done to our scores? Well done Chris Brown, well done Sexy Fridge, still top of the list there. Well done R. Kelly, who's climbing up. Alright, another puzzle then. So, put these space programs in order, starting with the earliest and finishing with the latest. Oh dear, so only 20% of people got that right. So yeah, correct order: Mercury, then Gemini, then Apollo, then the space shuttle. So Mercury was America's first program that was all about just getting a man into space. Then Gemini, where they started to do things like orbital rendezvous, so getting 2 vehicles to meet up in space, doing spacewalks. Obviously Apollo onto the moon, and then the space shuttle came about in the 1980s, was a main workhorse for 20, nearly 30 years of the American space program, put a lot of what is in space currently up there. Okay, right then, moving on. Let's see what's done to our scores. So again, not many people got that right, so the scores haven't changed. But well done, Lily Mister. You got that one right. Okay. What are also known as dirty snowballs? So what thing in space are also known as dirty snowballs? Yeah, well done. Comets are dirty snowballs. They're a mixture of snow and ice and rock all pressed together. And there was another artist image of a comet. Right, on to question. On to the next question. Yeah, well done, Lily Smith. Correct answer, streak of 4. Well done, Chris Brown. Still top of the pile. Okay, so this is the last of our normal points questions. So, which planet spins on its side? And there's a lovely image of this planet. I honestly thought more people would get that right, just because it's the schoolboy's favourite, the planet Uranus, named after the Greek god of the underworld. It's the only planet named after a Greek god. Initially, the person who discovered it wanted to call it George after the king, but they didn't allow that. Okay, so these questions coming up now, the last 4 questions are all going to be double points. So let's see, this should really mix up our top 10 if people get them right or not. Well done, Chris Brown, though, still top of the pile. Well done, Lily Mister. Correct, 5 correct in a row. You're on the way up now. Right, so like I said, double points for the last 4 questions. What is our current best theory on the creation of the universe? Is it the Big Bounce, the Big Burst, the Big Bang, or the Big Crunch? Yeah, well done to all but one of you. Yeah, it's the Big Bang. That picture there, picture of static, so that's our cosmic microwave background radiation. This is one of our evidences for the Big Bang. Okay, on to our next question, and let's see what that's done. So well done, Chris Brown. Well done, Lily Mister. Answer streak of 6 now, so you're catching them up. Okay, 18 of 20 now. So this is another puzzle question, again worth double points. So starting with a new moon, put these phases in order. Oh dear, looks like our phase of the moon was a real, is something that we've not known. So these are the order that they should be in. So we started with our new moon. Obviously that's when the moon is totally in shadow. Then we have our waxing crescent. So when the moon is waxing, that means that it is slowly becoming more and more and more. Okay, then we have the full moon. And then we go to a waning gibbous. So obviously a crescent, we know what the shape is. A gibbous is when there's only, it's basically the opposite to a crescent. So when there's only a little bit of the moon missing, then we get the gibbous. Okay, what's that done to our scores then? So well done, Lily Mister, top of the tree there. And then so Chris Brown still there, Sexy Fridge, R. Kelly, and well done at George Bruin 1. Okay, 19 of 20 then. So again, double points still for these last 2. Put these in decreasing size. again, oh dear, not many people got that right. So yeah, this is our correct order. The largest size is a parsec, and that's 3.26 light years. Then a light year, which is the distance light travels in a year. Then a astronomical unit, which is the distance between the sun and the earth, about 150 million kilometers. And then we're on to a kilometer, which is 1,000 meters, or 1,000 times the distance light travels in 3 times 10 to the 8th of a second. So lots that done to our top leaderboard. Yeah, well done, Lily Mister. Sexy Fridge got that right. You're back to second. 40 points difference going into the final question. Sturdy Bison got that one right and's back into the top 5. Okay, next, our final question then. Okay, again worth double points. Who's in the picture? Yeah, well done. So that's Buzz Aldrin. With Buzz Lightyear, who was named after him. Buzz Aldrin being the second man on the moon after Neil Armstrong. But Buzz Aldrin, a much more experienced astronaut actually than Neil Armstrong. He wrote the book on a lot of orbital mechanics. And there we are. As you can see, he always wears 2 watches for some reason. There we are. What's that done to our scores? So our final podium then. So in 3rd place is R. Kelly. In 2nd place is Chris Brown. And then in 1st place is Sexy Fridge. Well done, Sexy Fridge. 15 out of 20. That's pretty good going. Well done, Lily Mister. That was a cracking run at the end to round up in the top 4. All right. So well done, guys. Let's just do this so we can get rid of Kahoot. Well done all. Doing this again on Thursday. Probably back to electrical circuits on Thursday. Got any feedback again? Twitter or email me. Those of you who've got my email address. And there we go. Hopefully we're all staying safe, following the advice that we've been given. And we'll see people soon. Okay,